that affliction. His corpse is black. So it was a woman's womb. It's a woman's womb that is used as a catapult to shoot thunder, because the temple of the warlock is nature. So you find people going into the forest in order to have the latitude to practice with potency. Now, if God did not downgrade the physical creation, witchcraft would have been too potent. Our warfare would have been in a different context altogether. So God decided to reduce the potential, the potency that was in creation. And that is what we call the bondage that came through corruption. Exactly. So the apple you ate that you liked was not the original one. The pineapple you ate that you fell in love with it was not the type that Adam ate in the Garden of Eden. So let me leave you there. Let's go back to my matter. And my matter is that there is an attorney. Jesus said Satan was a thief, Satan was a murderer, Satan was a liar. Jesus never said that Satan was a fool. So because he's not, he's an attorney. And this attorney can travel 25 years into your past to look for evidence. He can track your bloodline and find an iniquity that is captured within that bloodline, and then he uses it as a case for accusation. Now, if you notice the book of Job, you will find out that this individual has the ability to appear in heaven. So it's not every part of heaven that this individual can come to. It is the court that is in heaven, because he needs to make appearances and he needs to register his accusations. So he has liberty to access the court of heaven, not every part of heaven, the court of heaven. Yeah, clear? Yeah. Well, before we go further, okay, there's no need for me to show you how he moves. Okay, let me show you. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 2. 2 Samuel chapter 21, 2 Samuel chapter 21. Are you there in 2 Samuel 21? Just stay with me as we build step by step. Then there was a famine in the days of David 3 years, and year after year David inquired of the Lord, and the Lord answered, "It is for Saul and for his bloody house, because he slew the Gibeonites." So there was famine in the land, and David began to seek the face of God. And it took 3 years before God answered him. Seeking the face of God is not an easy feat. It's not as, like, I have the gift of word of knowledge. I can operate in it almost every day. Almost every day I can operate in that gift. But it doesn't make my seeking the Lord any easier. Okay, maybe the prophet will... You can minister to people, it's available. You can hear things, you can receive things. But each and every one of us goes through the same toil when it comes to the matter of seeking the Lord. Amen. In fact, when you begin to seek the Lord, the way you spoke to your husband yesterday, he will recall it. It means you want to deal with him. Okay, you might decide not to, but when you want to deal with him, that's why. So he will now say, I didn't have the opportunity to raise the issue of how you responded to your husband, but now that you want to deal with me, so because dealing with me is on my own terms. You've been doing your team ministry the way you want to do it, but now you want to deal with me. It will now become on his own terms, and then he will begin to pick out what he feels is important. And meanwhile, to you, those things are not important. He will. So dealing with him is offering yourself for an arrest, so that he can finish interrogating you. Because he's more interested in you, the state of your heart, and your alignment with him than what you are coming to seek him for. So when he has dealt with you on all those matters, and say, oh, I heard you are looking for something. So that's why it takes 3 years. I mean, the Lord give you understanding. So just in case you've been seeking and you've not been hearing very well, it means you are still in the purging process. Someone that is in alignment with God can pick his mind easily. If it is taking time, it means that there are matters that have to be dealt with. There are matters that have to be dealt with. There were so many people that came to the Lord and picked up an anointing and took off like a tornado. The next time God had the opportunity to interrogate them was 12 years later. So they've been running on their own terms, doing stuff like that. And then that person now says he wants to seek God. Maybe something happens. His wife is down. The signs are not good. And say, hey, Jehovah. Even he's in a hurry, but God is not in a hurry with him. He needs to fulfill his jail time. Sometimes it takes 3 years. And God has the power to keep your wife in that state while you serve the time that is required for you to undergo process and purging. So please, help me preach to your neighbor. God is in a hurry, but he's not in a hurry with you. You will see him preaching, prophesying through his prophets, how that he wants to invade the world, he wants to invade the nations. But when it comes to you, he has all the time. He's not in a hurry with you. Meanwhile, he is in a hurry, but with you, he's not in a hurry. So can you see, he took David 3 years to secure the mind of God on the matter. And then God now told him that it is Saul. Saul, in attempting, and meanwhile, are you there? Yes. Saul, in attempting to prove his zeal for the Lord, went and killed people that were in covenant relationship with God. Wow. Okay? And this took place 17 years before David became king. And the actual moment when the Gibeonites came into covenant with Israel, even though by deception, was 700 years before David. And 17 years before David, Saul now went to prove that he was loyal to the house of God and killed covenant people. And that was a violation of the integrity of God. Because when Joshua entered into covenant with the Gibeonites, God, who happens to be a covenant keeper, had recorded it in heaven. So when this man went and killed them, he violated something that God was committed to. Satan did not press charges then. He waited for 17 years when Israel will come into her days of shining, her days of glory. Then he wants to get a harvest from Israel in her shining days. So Satan is seeking, is patient. Oh, you are not with me. He's patient. He will wait for you to enter into the fullness of your ministry. Then he will now come for toll and for tax. He will wait for you to become the man of the time. That's when he will go and press charges. You know that there's a violation here. And you are the one that decided that your throne will run by righteousness. My own is. But you are the one that decided that you operate by righteousness. Okay, in view of your own standards, yes, we have a situation here. And because it's a court of justice, of judgment, and of equity, God will have to give Satan the authority to manipulate the situation as he pleases. And that was why he decided to bring famine. Something that will affect everybody in the land. He's eating into the glory of the shining days.
Wow.
Come with me to the book of Luke. Luke chapter 22, verse number 31. Luke 22, verse 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon. Is there anything there that is not supposed to be there? It should be Peter. Why is it Simon? Okay, so be patient, be patient. Jesus has done away with this name Simon long time ago. Because on the account of the revelation, on the account of the revelation of Jesus that he secured, he had a change of name. You see, and I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there tonight. He was able to pick the identity of Jesus and also to pick his ministry. For thou art the Christ, that is referring to the office he was ordained to occupy and the ministry that he will operate when he arrives in heaven after he has satisfied the claims of divine justice. You know? So it was his office, the man discerned, and then his person. Thou art the Christ, office. Thou art the Son of the living God, person. Now, I don't have time to show you the implication of his office, but it will interest you to know that when Jesus went back into heaven after he had fulfilled redemption, he was admitted into an office because the Father said, sit thou at my right hand, and right hand doesn't mean this side. Right hand means the place of administration. That means everything that the counsel of God has conceived, it will be implemented by the administration of the Christ.
Amen.
Because his identity as a Christ is with reference to his heavenly ministry. I don't have time to break that. Okay, so it is that administration that will be responsible for manipulating everything according to the counsel of God's will. And if you are a student of the New Testament, the Bible reveals that we should come boldly unto the throne of grace. So has it occurred to you that grace is administered from a throne, an office? That is a Christus. That was a great confession of Peter. And in every nation where we don't have people saying, thou art, it means the church is not in that place. Yeah. Thou art, because the office of the Christ is the administrative place where your destiny was domiciled when you gave your life to Christ. Okay, you don't believe me. Can we do 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 30? I don't want to digress because we have so much to cover.